Hey everyone, and welcome back to Garage Aquatics. Today I'm sharing 10 lessons I've learned from keeping Caridina as a beginner. This has been a huge learning curve for me since it's been my first time keeping shrimp. While I have experience as an aquatic specialist, now an animal care operations specialist, shrimp keeping has its own challenges. These lessons are from my own journey and hopefully they'll help you out too. Lesson 1. Start with the right substrate. When I set up my 4 15-gallon shrimp tanks, I started with 2 different substrates. 2 tanks have contra soil, and the other 2 have a brand I don't really know the name of, actually, because it's in a different language. But if I get it, I'll post a picture of it, or I'll post about it later on. But anyways, the key takeaway, contra soil gave me much better results. Both substrates are designed to lower pH, but contra soil has been the more consistent and supports better plant growth. I definitely recommend starting with a proven substrate like contra soil. Lesson 2. Use RODI water and proper remineralization. Using RODI water is a must for Caridina shrimp because it removes impurities, but here's where I made my first big mistake. I followed advice from a store employee, and I used CChem Equilibrium to remineralize the water, and it turns out that the equilibrium isn't suitable for Caridina shrimp. It raises the TDS too much without proving the correct GH levels, so I switched to B Shrimp GH Plus, which is specifically designed for Caridina shrimp. I can't recommend it enough. If you want precise parameters, this is the way to go. Lesson 3. Always quarantine new plants. Here's a mistake I'm dealing with. I didn't quarantine my Java moss before adding it to the tanks, and now 2 of my tanks have crazy amounts of hair algae. My red crystals don't eat it fast enough, so I have to manually remove it. My black crystals in the next tank are doing much better, and I don't have any algae issues. Lessons learned: always quarantine your plants. Lesson 4. Use sponge filters. For filtration, I use only sponge filters in each of my tanks. They're perfect for shrimp tanks because they provide gentle water flow and they promote beneficial growth, and they give shrimp plenty of surface to graze on. Lesson 5. Prepare your water in advance. Producing RODI water takes time, and shrimp tanks lose water quickly, especially in San Diego because it's hot and it loses water. Now I fill a large bucket with RODI water in advance, so it's always ready. This has saved me a lot of stress, and if I want to automate it later on, I can set it up with an auto top-off system. Lesson 6. Don't add minerals for evaporation top-offs. When water evaporates, the minerals in the tank don't evaporate with it, so your top-offs, you don't need to add more B Shrimp GH+. Save that for the water changes. Adding unnecessary minerals can throw off your water parameters. Lesson 7. Monitor TDS and GH closely. After any accidental overflow or top-offs, I always check the TDS and GH levels. Stable parameters are key to keeping Caridina shrimp healthy. These simple checks can prevent big issues down the line. Lesson 8. Use floating plants to control nutrients. I added frogbit to all my tanks, and it's been great for absorbing excess nutrients. It always helps naturally reduce algae and provide shade for the shrimp, which they seem to enjoy. Lesson 9. Be patient when starting tanks. Patience is everything when starting shrimp tanks. I set up my tanks months before adding shrimp. This gave the substrate time to stabilize, beneficial bacteria time to grow, and parameters time to settle. Rushing this step can lead to unnecessary stress for your shrimp. Lesson 10. Learn from mistakes and stay observant. Keeping shrimp is a learning process, and mistakes will happen. I've learned so much by observing my shrimp daily. So far, I haven't lost a single shrimp, and hopefully they'll start breeding soon. Keeping Caridina shrimp has been such a rewarding experience, and I'm excited to see how these tanks evolve. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below about your own shrimp keeping journey. But before you go, if you're curious about the full garage aquatic room setup, check out my latest video right here. In that video, I'll show you the entire fish room setup, including my goldfish racks, new tank builds, and everything else happening behind the scenes. Click it now and I'll see you there.